Hi, in this video we are going to practice what we learned last time, the difference between pero and sino. This is going to be some guided practice. When you see a sentence in English, try to say the same in Spanish. Let's get started. We don't study French, but Spanish. No estudiamos francés, sino español. And why did we choose the word sino? Well, in this case the word but could be replaced by on the contrary. We don't study French, on the contrary, we study Spanish. And as we saw in our first video, if we could convey the same idea using on the contrary, we translate but as sino. He wanted to be a carpenter, but he failed his exam. Quería ser carpintero, pero le fue mal en su examen. In this case we use the word pero because but could be replaced by the word however, and as we saw last time, if we could convey the same idea using however, we translate but as pero. In this case we could have said, he wanted to be a carpenter, however, he failed his exam. They don't want to argue, but find the solution. No quieren pelear, sino encontrar una solución. In this case, the translation was sino. Why? Well, the word but here could be replaced by on the contrary. They don't want to argue, on the contrary, they want to find the solution. And as we saw, if we convey the same idea using on the contrary, we translate but as sino. We don't get together on Saturdays, but on Sundays. No nos reunimos o no nos juntamos los sábados, sino los domingos. Why sino? Because in this case, but could be replaced by on the contrary. We don't get together on Saturdays, on the contrary, we get together on Sundays. And if we could convey the same idea using on the contrary, we translate but as sino. No nos reunimos los sábados, sino los domingos. I'm not Italian, but I can speak Italian very well. No soy italiano, pero puedo hablar italiano muy bien. Why pero? Well, I could replace it by the word however. I am not Italian. However, I can speak Italian very well. For that reason, the translation is pero. I am hungry, but I don't know what to eat. Tengo hambre, pero no sé qué comer. Why pero? Well, I could replace it by the word however. I am hungry. However, I don't know what to eat. For that reason, the translation is pero. He doesn't eat meat, but fruit and vegetables. No come carne, sino frutas y verduras. Why sino? Well, I could replace but with the phrase on the contrary. He does not eat meat. On the contrary, he eats fruit and vegetables. For that reason, the translation is sino. He's not thin, but he can run fast. No es delgado, pero puede correr rápido. Why pero? Well, in this case we could use the word however. He's not thin. However, He can run fast. When we can replace the word but with the word however, the translation is pero. She does not want to be a doctor, but a singer. No quiere ser doctora, sino cantante. Why sino? Well, we could replace the word but with the phrase on the contrary. And if we can do that, the translation is sino. She does not want to be a doctor. On the contrary, she wants to be a singer. They are not naive, but actually very cunning. No son ingenuos, sino muy astutos en realidad. Why sino? Because we can change but with the phrase on the contrary and the sentence makes sense. They are not naive, on the contrary, they are actually very cunning. For that reason, when we can do that, the translation is sino. And now we are ready for the second exercise.